Hi, I'm Dr. Bee Guy, and welcome to the Beekeeping series. Today, we are going to open the hive to see how much capped brood we have. It's day 16, and our hive has been checked for mites and treated if we decided to treat. And now we're going to look to see how much capped brood there is. It's a little chilly today. Yesterday was 72. Today it's dropping down to 55. It's not quite that chilly yet, but it will be. So again, if you're a beginner, you want to start from the outside. I'm looking down here and seeing that the bees don't start till right there. So I can take out this frame so I have even more room. I can take that one out and see that they're drawing a little clump of comb right there. And that's kind of the amount that they're drawing on that one. So they're still on only 4 frames. Again, without drawing comb, it takes these bees a long time to start. They're not going to expand until they have that first brood hatch, which is going to be in about 9 days or so. 9 or 10 days, depending on when they cap these. If they cap them. I'm not seeing any capped brood just yet. Oh, there it is. There's the tiny little part of capped brood. It's about the size of a softball. And the rest of it has pollen and eggs in it. And we've got some weird comb building going on down here, so I'm going to just tear that out because I don't want them to build comb like that. That's not the right way. And they'll reestablish that. Hopefully you can scrape it down just enough so that you can also do that. Smear some of that comb on there so that it's theirs. Here's the scent. So we have one little spot of capped brood. And let's see what we have in this middle frame here. A little bit more capped brood here. And here we have some Supersedure cells, which is what I talked about in my video. I'll put it in the card. I talked about it in the video. I can't think of the name right now, but this is what happens to packages sometimes. You can see they've got these queen cells. And we don't want to kill them just yet. We want to look for the queen and see if she's still in here. If she's here, then we can get rid of those cells. They're trying to Supersedure because they don't like it. They don't like this plastic comb. They don't like how fast they're building up. They're worried because there's not enough nurse bees. And the only way to thwart that process is to give them a comb of brood that's emerging. So they're building up nicely on this frame, but it's just nectar. So they're bringing in nectar. They're building wax. And so I'm just going to continue looking for the queen here and go back through the frames and see if I see her. And this is unfortunate, but it's actually good that it happened on this hive that we did because it does happen. And it's a problem you're going to have to deal with, especially if you only have one hive, and that's very difficult. We have the luxury of having other hives and other queens, so we can take a queen from one of my mating nukes, or we can take some brood. I'm going to blow the bees off as much as I can. You can really see the Supersedure cells there. There's quite a few of them. This one they're tearing down. I'm not sure what that means. They must have not liked it. Maybe some of them wanted to keep that queen and some of them didn't. So far, I have not seen her. Sometimes they kill her right after they get the Supersedure cells built, or sometimes she's failing, and they'll make an emergency cell. And then she dies right after she lays the eggs, and they make the cells and continue on. So again, here's another shot of this. I'm still looking for the queen. I have not spotted her. They're a little aggressive because of the weather, and that could also be an indication that they don't have a queen. Sometimes they're a little aggressive when they don't have a queen because they're uncertain of their future. And she can also be on the inside of the box. Sometimes she'll, since I put some smoke in here, and I was not expecting them to have problems like this, that will disperse the bees. But can you hear that roaring? That roaring tells me that they're queenless. Usually when they do that sound, once you stir them up, it means that they're trying to spread the pheromone in their zone, and they're just all wound up. So one more time through this hive, and I'm going to call it queenless, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. Got quite a few of these cells. I'm going to open one up just to make sure they're actually developing nicely, and they are queen cells. And there are bees in there developing nicely. You can see that they're probably day 5 or so. So I'm going to leave the rest of them. And what I think I'm going to do is give them a frame of brood. And so what will happen is they'll either use those queens, or they'll make a queen from the frame that we put on here. If there's a few eggs or something like that on the frame, they'll I'm going to put that on there just temporarily to keep the bees from getting too wound up. Okay, so we're back. We have a frame of bees from a over 100 nucleus colony that I have that is already 3 levels tall this early in the season. So it does have brood to give up, and that's the purpose of having those over 100 nucleus colonies. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description to that series. So all I did was go through that nuke and look for a frame that had, this one has eggs, larvae, and capped brood. And so it has nurse bees, which is what this colony really needs. These bees are actively feeding those larvae. And so what they will do is they will decide whether they want to keep those queen cells that they have, or they will use one of the new eggs that they have and decide. And since they have a lot of nurse bees in there, they'll be able to feed some queen cells and give them the right nutrition to get a queen. Now the other thing we could have done is we could have ordered a queen from somebody, but that takes a while to get in. And I have queens, so I could put one mine in there. But I think this is the best way to do it. And that's really, if you look at my installation, package installation video, I go over the fact that if you have a frame of brood, that's really the best way to install packages. You put that brood in here, make sure it's all capped so that they don't make another queen and they take the one that you're giving them. And we had a lot of problems this year. We had that brand new plastic comb, which they don't really like. I use a lot of it, but I put it in large hives that are already established, and I spray it with Supersedure or Honeybee Healthy, something like that. And I forgot to do that on this one, so it was just plastic comb. They didn't like it. We've had, out of the 16 days that they've been in here, we've had about 9 of them rain, so they haven't been able to forage as much. So it's just problematic, and some years are like that. And so we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the series. I'll probably try to find another hive that was about the same place as this one, so that we can continue on with inspections, and I'll show you how they grow. The other thing I'll probably do is take a nucleus colony and install it into a 10 frame just like this one, and we'll see that process. It's very similar to what a package of bees would be at this point in time. 16 to 24 days would be about the size of a nucleus colony. So we'll figure it out, and until next time, be extraordinary. Well, if you'd like to become a better beekeeper, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.